Welcome to the Awakening Energy, I'm Skeed, and this Kundalini activation session is energy transfer, distant healing energy. Just connect, just relax, just connect. Prana for the activation, for the initiation into the energy. Shiva and Shakti for the Kundalini. Of course, jing, Tantric. We're going to talk a little bit more about the difference of Kundalini and Tantric energies. Spoken about them before, but let's go a bit deeper. Because Tantra energy can be used to awaken the Kundalini. It's a very powerful way to do it. However, you also have to have a certain amount of the Kundalini energy flowing at the same time. Otherwise, it'll just basically end up like an energy orgasm. You can say that's what they miss in Tantra, the permanent opening. I'm saying in the ancient text, I'm saying today, Tantra is, and that's why it sort of turned into something about sex, and it's not, it's got nothing to do with it. Because they missed that. They say, oh, it's about the point of maximum stimulation, and got nothing to do with it. So we can look at two different things. So we got the jinn energy, and we got the micro-orbit system, which is a channel in theory coming from Taoism that doesn't circulate in the Kundalini, it circulates in front of the Kundalini, it goes up to the top, down, round. Again, I've spoken about this before. And then we've got sort of like the Tantric system, which is very similar, but it just sort of goes up to the top. You can bring it back down the front. And, well, but it's considered being in the Sushumna as well. Call it what you may, the Ida and the Pingala, are they part of the Sushumna? Are they layers of the Sushumna, or are they separate? Which also, the chakras, what's the difference between the chakra system, the 7 chakra system, and the Kabbalistic tree of life? Because there, if you look at the Kabbalistic tree of life, you've got the Ida and the Pingala. And you can say certain chakras are on the Ida and the Pingala. And then you've got the central channel, being the middle pillar, being the Kundalini, the Sushumna. But thousands of years, different systems. I'm right, you're wrong type of thing. I've got to make mine separate. I've got to make mine special. Therefore, when you compare and contrast these things, it's like, well, is there this fine tube that runs up just in front of the Sushumna, so close to it that you might not be able to detect the difference? Possibly. Or there are 5 layers to your Sushumna and it's just flowing in one of them. Possibly. But then we think about the Ida and Pingala as being 2 separate channels at the side of the Sushumna, or whether they're just energetic channels at the side of the Sushumna. Okay, so now we're talking about 3 different sort of channels not talking about the central Sushumna. But then the Ida Pingala, if there were channels around the Sushumna, they would probably be in the same channel. Do you see where I'm going? It gets to be a nightmare. Ida Pingala, okay, one goes up, one goes down. Same as Shakti goes up and Shiva goes down. Different traditions, different, mine is special, different. But that does bring me back to Tantra versus Kundalini. Because the Tantric energy does originate very clearly in the sexual organs, in the reproductive organs. But this leads to confusion because then people say, and I've said in a few videos, I've sort of gone with the alternative theory, which, okay, you could argue it's not wrong, it's opinion, by saying the first chakra is actually in the perineum rather than the coccyx. Well, if we stick to traditional, it's not. That is part of the lower dantian, that is part of the lower granthis in Sanskrit, in the yogic, in the tantric forms. So you've got 3 granthis, or the 3 dantians. They coincide. Thus, it makes sense the perineum is actually part of that, and it has nothing to do with the lower chakra. The lower chakra is part found in the coccyx. You'll find you can open the perineum either by the mula bandha, which is also a bandha rather than a chakra. Again, makes sense. The bandha, the pump. The mula bandha is the pump into the lower dantian or the lower granthis. It's not the chakra. You got another pump, bandha, within the sexual reproductive organs. There are lots of these around the body. And people will think, therefore that's the chakra. And there are many people that teach that that is the lower chakra. But this would be wrong. And it leads to misinterpretation. Because when you awaken the lower chakra in the coccyx, the feeling is very powerful, very different to the tantric energy. They both might ride up the same Kundalini channel. Yes. When you combine them, that is when you can get a full Kundalini awakening experience. Yes. But they're different. 2 energies are different. Don't confuse them. Because so many people misteach them. And of course, the jing, that sexual energy, passes through the perineum. So close, you're hardly going to notice the difference. So it passes through it. It mixes with the lower granthis, the lower dantian. But the root chakra does not mix with the lower dantian. Goes straight up the spine. So if you wish to practice, connect with this energy and use it. Pull it towards, maybe you want to start with your heart, and then towards your sexual organs, and then up the spine, or just in front or the spine. See what it feels like. Pulling it up. Therapy, take this energy, use it to open your heart, to then create the jinn energy in the sexual organs, to then pull that energy up. Don't pull this energy up. And you just take a few deep breaths as you let this open up your heart. And then the other exercise is take this energy and put it straight towards your coccyx. And just let it build, let it build, let it build. Do not try and pull the energy up from your coccyx. Let it build. And when it is ready, it will rise. That's the difference. You're not pulling the Kundalini energy. It's not a knot, it's a chakra. It's not a pump on the root chakra. There is one that can help with the root chakra once it's open. But that's for a more advanced video. For some reason, well, any reason, got a new camera. I'm testing a new camera. For some reason, it's not showing me how long this video has been going. Normally, I can open my eyes and just have a look and see how long it's been going. But this one, I have no idea how long it's been going. The screen's gone blank. I'm going to have to check that out. Anyway, see if you notice. If you get to practice this and see if you can really notice the difference between the Tantric energy and the Kundalini energy, especially when it's rising, especially when it gets to the head, how it travels up the spine, how they feel different. Perhaps write it in the comments below. Namaste.